ways one can think of. Number one, obviously, is as we have had these very distinguished panelists pointing out wonderful best practices, which I think need to be highlighted, which in the other industries, other verticals, other even I would say not just industries, but across the board, all kinds of sectors, different stakeholders in society, they need to look at it and learn from that. Even in the educational sphere, they can see that these opportunities are there. The first part is that more media materials, be it short videos, viral videos, films, books, photo exhibitions, whatever it may be, to highlight all these best practices. So that is the first thing that media point of view, I think that can be done. Number one. Number two, I think we also need to, like when we had the earlier discussion, if you recall, sir, we had this panelist from PVR, for example, and things like that, which is that the so-called differently abled or Divyang community. It's not just finding gainful employment or training. They are also representing a very very substantial sector or a section of our consumers. They represent a lot of money and profitability for the different organizations. So if they become a little bit more friendly, a bit more inclusive, it is going to add to their bottom line. So that is the second part. So again, the ones who are doing PVR, which is doing that, that needs to be highlighted, that needs to be shared. Others can do it too. It's no rocket science there. So that is the second part as far as media bit goes. Number three, I also would like to point out that you have a lot of people in India who happen to be differently able. Whether you look at Jitendra sir, Dr. Jitendra Agarwal, who started Sarthak from 8 kids, from a student from very marginal background to about 60,000 plus. We have managed to train over the last 15 years. So stories like that, which are so inspiring, they are inspiring for everybody, not just in one kind of situation, but inspiring all over the world. And you have a lot of people like that who are not at all held back by their limitations. And people like who have got medals at the Commonwealth and international fora, competing with the other people and doing so well. India's greatest artist that we have, one of them, as we all know, late Satish Gujral Saab was hearing impaired. I had worked with him on two projects, and he was one of the greatest artists we have produced. He happened to have a disability issue, but it never came in the way, and he was, so those kind of things. You have a lot of people in different spheres who are incredible, and they are doing that, and this part doesn't come anywhere in the picture in their achievement and their desire to succeed and contribute to a larger society. So those kind of heroes again need to be highlighted. Last thing I also want to point out is very quickly is this whole idea approaching this issue from a very very charity kind of point of view, which is a good way to get started. But I think beyond that, we have to see it as a partnership. All of us, regardless of where we are coming from, all of us are physically and emotionally dependent on other people. From the time our children, from we are minor till the age of 18, you're dependent on other people. Once you cross 60, again you're dependent on other people. And as you get older, all of us, our physical ability go down. So all of us have that challenge. So let us not say that okay, there's this group called Divyang community which has challenges. Rest of us are very perfect. It is not so. That boundary or that Berlin Wall between these two groups have to be brought down. To make the society truly inclusive.